When I first heard about my dad's infidelity, I was so sad and I was so mad. So mad. When I was little, my dad was, he was a big part of our life. I was daddy's little girl. I was like the spoiled little princess. I was the middle child, but I was the only girl. I think the moment that I thought that I was worthy, it was the moment that I showed up on my dad's doorstep with a letter and I just said, I love you and I forgive you, and I read my words to him. Dear Dad, I will never forget that moment on Thanksgiving Day when Mom called to tell me you were gone. That was the moment I lost my dad. That was the day that I spiraled into the belief that I was not worthy. Forgiveness is really hard for me because as a perfectionist, I believe there's right and there's wrong. So forgiveness for me was always about conditions, and it was always about, okay, I could forgive you, but you have to say sorry, you have to grovel at my feet, like you have to prove to me that you mean you're sorry, because forgiveness to me means that what he did is okay. I do not and never will respect your choices and actions, but I am not perfect either and have made plenty of mistakes in my own life. I could not understand how he could do that to my mom, but I didn't understand how he could do it to me. I felt like he chose someone else over me. I don't like Thanksgiving. I don't like Father's Day. I don't like October 1st. Yes, I remember your birthday, because they all remind me of what I don't have anymore. You are my dad, but I have a new father. His name is God. God is living in my heart and making me new. He is walking with me in this journey of healing and resurrection. All that being said, I went to a women's retreat, and Jim at one point during the retreat said, what part of the burden is your fault? And so obviously my burden was the unforgiveness and just the anger towards my dad. I thought, how dare you ask me what my part is? I didn't ask him to cheat. I didn't ask him to leave my mom. Sat there with my arms crossed, and I just sat there so angry. And in that moment, this flood of like repentance just came over me of like, oh, I made it impossible to have a relationship with him because I expected, all of these things which were, God doesn't expect of us, right? Grace is grace. And I need to ask for forgiveness, and I need to forgive him. Forgiveness doesn't excuse your behavior, but it prevents your behavior from destroying my heart any further. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it can change my future. I forgive you, Dad, just as my father has forgiven me. I love you, your daughter, Brittany.